Well, how to keep a job. I don't think the projectionist kept theirs.
How to Give Your Audience Whiplash in 30 Seconds, a John H. Gibbons collaboration.
What is that thing? Oh my gosh.
Oh no, Ed's fired. I should tell him. Nah.
So impersonal back then, they didn't even tell you to your face.
Ooh, he wants an ambitious young man. Okay.
Back when it was okay to discriminate based on sex.
Application name of IP Freely.
If you can at least sign your name, you get half the job.
This looks all right. Tell me, why are you interested in this job?
I need a
I've always
steady
been
job,
very
Mr.
passionate
Wiley,
about not starving
with
to
a chance
death.
to go places.
I see. Now, this one job you had with the Central Distributing Company. You worked there for 18 months?
Yes, sir.
Why did you leave?
Because I wasn't getting anywhere. After 18 months, I figured I was worth more than they were paying me.
And I was fired.
And I figured I was ready for promotion to more important work.
And I
I
copied
see.
my butt in the copier.
Honest, Mr. Wiley, it was a rotten company. I don't know why I stayed as long as I did.
Tell me, were you fired?
Yes.
Lie, Johnny,
I was.
lie!
But it wasn't my fault. The company just up and started firing people. Retrenching, they called it. What do you think of that?
I think you're full of
I think
shit.
it's a pretty normal situation. A business has to live within its income.
You're expendable,
Many
Johnny.
factors affect that income. Sales, general economic conditions.
Overinflated
the development of new
CEO
industries that
salaries.
replace old ones. For these and many other reasons, businesses often go through periods of adjustment and reorganization when they're forced to let people go.
I mean, the hair wax budget was just getting out of
Why me?
control.
You said that in 18 months you hadn't gotten anywhere.
That's right. Other fellows who started later were promoted right over my head.
How much warning do
Maybe
you
you
need?
suck.
Couldn't you see the company valued the other fellow's services above yours?
But I thought I was doing fine. What did I do?
Do you expect me to answer that?
No, sir.
Yeah,
guess
what do
you
I look
wouldn't
like,
know.
a professional?
Actually, I probably do know. Better than you do. I have no business taking time for this, but
So I
well, I
won't.
can't help thinking you might really amount to something if you'd set your mind to it.
You were able
Try
to
to see
sign your
yourself
signature
as
and
your
all.
employer saw you. Better still, let me give you a picture of a case I really do know. It's about a young man who came to work in our shipping room here. And
A
another
long
young
time
man.
ago in a galaxy far...
Now,
No, wait a
we
minute.
begin work here at 8:30. That's the time to begin this business of keeping a job. And that's the time Bob Addison began work every day.
Hey, look, it's
We can
Salmoneo.
depend on him to be on time and to do his work on time. You might call
Weighing
him
the
an
bricks
eager
of cocaine.
beaver. But look at it from the employer's point of view. Wouldn't you like to have Bob working for you? Dependability is one of the main keys to
I
keeping
don't really
a job
weigh
and
paper
getting
packages
ahead.
that much, so Bob can keep his job.
Now, dependability includes a willingness to work. Some of the work in our shipping room is hard work. That's why we've always had two fellows working there.
These paper packages
Well,
of love
two
letters
fellows
to
who are
Marilyn
supposed
Monroe
to
are
be
so
working.
heavy.
The other fellow I want to tell you about is Walter, Bob's brother, Bob's twin brother. But the resemblance is only skin deep. Look at Walter from
Oh,
the
you can't
employer's
fool me.
point
You
of
only
view,
had actors in the
and
budget
you see
for
how
one.
not to keep a job. Look at him from Bob's point of view, and you see how not to get along with your fellow workers. On the other hand, Bob would be popular wherever he worked. You know, he would do his share of the work and help others who needed help. Cooperation is another way to keep a job. Walter finally decides to go to work, but a job he was supposed to do first thing. Actually, he was supposed to run them off the evening before. But he put it off.
Run them off to where?
This
I don't
is
get
how
it.
not to be dependable. How not to cooperate with the company and with your fellow workers in your
Oh
own
goodness,
and
I've
other
got to run
departments.
these things through this little machine here.
Poor
Look at there.
Walter. Who should come into the shipping room but me? The boss always
Walter, you
seems
working
to
that finger
find out.
crusher?
Walter's manner gave him away. Now, it isn't hard to learn to make good, clean copies on a duplicating machine.
What the hell is
And this
this?
wasn't the first time I'd had to criticize Walter for making poor copies. And it wasn't the first time he tried to alibi his way out of a situation.
Don't give me any excuses about dyslexia.
The fact
I
was,
know copying.
Walter just couldn't take criticism. Yet how can a man expect to improve on a job if he won't listen to the very people who can help him?
Yeah, it's not enough that I verbally berate him. He
Just
should
before
like it.
closing time, you'll find Bob getting the shipping room ready for the night. And you'll find Walter getting himself ready, so he won't be a second late punching the clock. An employer sees this as a sure sign that a man isn't really interested in his work. I ask you, if you were the employer and had to cut down your staff, which fellow would you keep?
That's not hard to answer. But why didn't you go ahead and fire this, Walter?
Now, don't be too hasty.
Nepotism.
I'm only telling you about Walter's bad points. He did enough work to hang on to his job. As long as times are good,
So that was a
there'll
good
be
point.
jobs for fellows who just barely do enough to get by. But to keep a job when the going gets rough, you need to insure your job. Make yourself so valuable your employer can't let you go.
Submit body and soul to the corporate machine.
We've talked about dependability and cooperation. Now, another
Two
prime
traits that we
quality
want you to
is
give us, but we'll
initiative.
never give you.
And for once, I have something good to say for Walter.
His hair was
It's
greasy
not
and
hard to
luxurious.
understand why he was unhappy whenever shipments were left just inside the door. The packages had to be hauled all the way across the room for wrapping,
Heavy stuff.
then hauled back again when they went out. If you don't like the way things are done,
Whew, me
spend
and
a
my
lot of
high-waisted
time
pants are
complaining
tired.
about it. That was Walter's usual way. But this time, he got
The
an
prototype
idea,
Dwight Schrute.
and he knew what to do with it. In every company, there's plenty of room for improvement, and the management usually welcomes suggestions from employees. Walter's idea was a practical one, so we adopted it. The company benefits through time saved and less handling of packages.
Hey, look.
Fellows in the shipping
This
room
box fits
benefit
on this
through
table.
having one of their harder jobs made easier. And Walter improved his standing with his employer by his display of initiative.
But it cost us
But one
35
good
cents,
mark
so he
isn't
canned the
enough.
schlop.
One day, not long after, Walter was taking advantage of a lull in the work, and Bob was bringing the shipping records up to date when...
Which one's which now? I can't keep them apart. They look exactly the same.
Got there. Shipment for you. Wise guy. Well, finally.
Oh,
Stuff
pardon
they've
me,
been running
Officer
in here
Wise
asking
Guy.
about every hour for the last 3 days. Sign here. That's the way it is in this company. They wait till they've run out of something, and everybody runs around like crazy. No system, and nobody in charge with enough brains to start one. What a way to run a
He
business.
speaks the truth. Don't
You
fire
like
him.
the company. Why do you work for it? Me, I work for a swell outfit. I'm proud of them.
Maybe I'd like to work for them. Could they
Yeah,
use
the
me?
policeman, mailman, milkman's
bored.
union is perfect.
A press agent? Yes, Walter found out that nobody thinks very much of a man who talks against the company he works for. And what did Walter gain
Never
by
question
making that
authority.
false statement about his company? Nothing, except trouble for himself if it got back to his employer, which it did.
I guess it's not very different from the way I was talking to you about the place where I used to work.
Well, there's a saying, if the shoe fits.
Oh, the shoe fits all right. You knew it would, didn't you?
Is it a wide foot or
Well,
a
I can see
wingtip?
my shortcomings all over the place. dependability, initiative, cooperation, and loyalty.
Not to forget
I could
luxurious
have done a lot
hair.
better on every count.
You can do better. Come on.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
teach you to comb.
Well, Bob, I've got a new assistant for you. Bob Addison, this is Ed Blakesley.
Hi, Ed. Glad to meet you.
Bob's a good man to watch.
Shame about your
As soon as
brother
he
dying
finds
and all.
somebody to take over here, he's moving up to assistant purchasing manager.
Say, that's great. Mr. Wiley's been telling me about you and your brother.
Yeah, and how you
My
can
brother?
move boxes from one table
Yeah,
to the
your
other.
twin
It's very
brother,
impressive.
Walter.
I had a point to make, so I invented a twin brother for you.
I
You
made
see,
up the whole
in this
story.
twin
Aren't I
Bob,
just a
I was
stinker?
really describing Bob's poor conduct on the job when he first came to work here.
Oh, you mean the way I was loafing on the job around here before?
I get it. And then you... Well, if you can...
But you, well, if
Say,
I'm
Mr.
here and you're
Wiley,
there, who's
did I
driving
ever tell you
the?
about my twin brother?
Ugh. Oh God, not another one, and this one's got plucky music.
We need to learn how to be well groomed for it. It's very important.
Yes, we're trusting the people in Mississippi to tell us how to be well groomed.
Step 1, wallow in mud.
Well, Sue, where are you?
In my room, Don.
Joe called. He said he'd be a little late.
Sue, Don,
Say,
Joe, the cast is already
you
4
look
deep.
smooth.
Why, thank you, sir. You look mighty elegant yourself, if I may say so.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I gotta go
Both
clean out a
Don and
barn.
Sue look like the kind of people you'd like to know, don't they? Of course, right
My
now they're
grandparents
dressed for their
hated-
Friday dates. But don't you have the feeling that they're always well groomed?
Yes, and that's no accident. For Don and Sue, the question, how do I look, depends on good grooming habits.
It's the awful two-headed narrator.
Posture, cleanliness, and neatness, plus a daily routine of little finishing touches.
Like vitamin C and
Take last
hairspray.
night, for example. On weeknights, when there are no dates, plenty of time to do little things that make for a well-groomed appearance.
Hey, sis, haven't you finished with that iron yet?
You can have it in just a minute. Haven't you got anything else to do?
Well, I've got to go relace my shoes and be
Don,
well groomed. That's
what are
all
you
we
doing
know
in my
how to
sewing
do.
box?
Well, there's a loose button here.
Oh, all right. I'll fix it for
This
you.
must have been before television. They had nothing else to do.
That is, if you polish my shoes.
Well, I guess
Aren't we
the
taking
deal.
this a bit
I have
fast,
to
Sue?
polish my own. I might as well.
Aw, thanks.
Clothes pressed and mended, shoes polished. These are a few of the habits with which Don and Sue keep neat.
Time wasted.
And neatness is one of the
Keep
fundamentals of grooming.
sandblasted.
So here's part of your
Armpits
big question.
sanitized.
How do I look? Are my clothes neat and clean? Whether you do your own or achieve it by cooperative efforts, keep your clothes looking neat and clean.
And cleanliness and neatness apply to you as well as to your clothes.
Darn
So
that two-headed
after a
narrator.
cleansing, relaxing bath, that's a good daily habit, Sue has a regular routine. And planned time, too, for the finishing touches. Doing your nails, brushing your hair, and so on.
Combing your
Sue
eyelashes.
avoids red nail polish
Writing
since
your
it would
will.
call attention to her stubby hands. A clear polish keeps her nails
Oh, way to throw
sparkling.
Sue under the bus. She's got
Once a week,
stubby hands
Sue gives
now.
herself a complete manicure. Then daily care of her nails is easy. In the same way, regular shampoos and daily brushing keep her hair clean and glossy. And these finishing touches that add so much to Sue's cleanliness and neatness
Matter
all fit
just
into a simple
nothing.
schedule of daily activities.
She's wearing just as many
And
clothes
now
underneath.
for at least 8 hours of sleep. Good health is the rule.
And up early
for
to do the
health
same
is one
thing
of the
all day long.
foundations of your appearance.
Jesus, not another day of being well groomed and perky.
Time to wax my hair.
His hair's already waxed. Look at it. He's a Ken doll.
Leave some hot water for me. And hurry, I'll have to shave.
All right, Don.
What to wear? The weather has something to do with your choice of clothes, but Don also thinks of other things. Most of his clothes are clean and pressed, so he's not as limited in selection. How about these slacks and this shirt? What do you think? How will Don look in this combination?
Let's
The
hope
pimp
he'll
from the
pay a little
70s.
attention to patterns and colors.
How about this combination?
Yes, the
That's
standard
better.
gray on gray.
Now a tie to go with the outfit, and Don's all set.
Ooh, how about a daring gray tie?
Don is putting one more finishing touch to his appearance. A well-matched outfit of
Thong.
clothes. How will he look?
Good enough in that
Is
outfit.
this high schooler going into the office?
And now another little habit of cleanliness and neatness. Dirt under your fingernails must be cleaned every day, and it's better in private.
All right, Don, you're next.
Now for a cleansing morning shower.
Be sure to floss your
Meanwhile,
anus.
Sue gives thought to the day. What will she wear? That depends on her activities, of course. For school, choose comfortable, not too dressy clothes. Perhaps a skirt and a blouse to go with it.
Oh, but I wanted to wear my one-piece bathing suit to
But
church.
what about these two blouses?
You don't want to look
Which
like a
is more
whore.
appropriate for school? Which goes with the skirt?
Fellows like to see girls dress up, but in general only for a special occasion.
Yes, choose clothes
Yes, and
that
what
are suitable,
fellas want is what
suitable
girls
to
have
your
to live
needs
by.
and situation. But remember that any clothes look better with good posture.
This is only slightly
Now that her
dated.
clothes are selected, Sue is ready to fix her hair. What to do with those curls she so carefully put in last night?
And with all the time she
It
saves, she'll
doesn't
be just
matter
3 hours
just
late.
what hairstyle you use, as long as it looks right on you. Upswept? Loosely over the shoulders. Just be sure your hairdo suits you and that your hair is neatly in place.
Why not a mohawk?
And here's something else for your appearance. Eat a hearty, balanced breakfast. There's nothing like wholesome food to help keep you in good health.
Yes, steak,
And
bacon,
that means
eggs,
a
steak,
clear
and more
complexion,
steak.
shining eyes, glossy hair.
In short, that means a better appearance. Don's all set to look right at school, isn't he?
It's the
Mother, too,
beeve.
keeps a good appearance, even around the house, for that keeps up
She
her
does?
spirits.
And Father dresses according to his work, relying on cleanliness and neatness as the foundations of his
He's a
appearance.
hotel pimp.
So, for each individual, the finishing touches of appearance may be his or hers alone, suited to individual needs.
Bye, Mother. Gotta run. The corner will be
Ideas.
waiting.
After breakfast, Sue goes back to her room for some finishing touches. Her makeup.
He doesn't have to be anywhere till noon.
Her powder is one that blends with her natural coloring. She pats it on lightly, then carefully smooths it over her face.
And be careful when it comes to lipstick.
Yes, choose a shade that goes with your own coloring and sets off your clothes to advantage.
I recommend
Then-
Bozo Red.
Easy does it. Now smooth out gently and wipe off any excess to leave only a smooth film of color, following the lines of your own lips. And finally, A last-minute once-over in the mirror. Make sure your hemline is even. Don't let your slip show.
Come on, we'll be late. Oh, boy, at the mirror again.
Well, the mirror could help you check your clothes, too, and improve your posture.
Yeah, we have to stand ramrod straight or we'll go to hell.
Oh, trouser cuff. Thanks. And I could straighten up, couldn't I? Well, let's hurry, or we'll be late.
Cultivate such habits as cleanliness and neatness, so you'll be well groomed.
For all through the day, others are looking at you. Your mirror tells you what others see.
You must
do
be
you
accepted by
How
society.
does Sue look?
You must.
How does Don look?
Like an asshole.
Health, posture, cleanliness, neatness. These grooming
Anxiety,
habits form the basis of a
neuroticism,
good appearance.
and conformity.
And a well-planned outfit of clothes. Well cared for hands and nails. Light touches of makeup. A becoming hairdo.
Oh, Sue, where are you?
In my room, Don.
Joe called. He said he'd be a little late.
Hey,
Say,
wait a minute. We've
you
seen
look
this
smooth.
before.
Well, thank you, sir. You look mighty elegant yourself.
Uh-oh. This is where we came in.
And this is where Don and Sue go out for a pleasant evening. Their good
Take
grooming
us with
habits
you, we
help them
beg.
in
Take us
friendship
with you.
and in business. For your success depends
Have
a
fun
great
at the
deal
Klan
on
rally.
how you look.
I want to go take a shower now.
Hey, thanks for watching. We really appreciate you.
Hey, if you want to see more, leave a comment, like, and subscribe, you puny humans.
See you next time. Bye.